Consultation, right? Okay, perfect. I just gotta make sure I've got everything right. Yeah, because I have a separate email for booking appointments, but I also have, in the recent years, been getting a lot more requests on through Instagram and social media, so it's rather new to do that, but I value any customer wherever they come from. So that being said, this consultation, we're going to be going through things like price. So I'm going to ask you kind of what your budget is, as well as tell you, after we go over the idea, what I'm thinking it's going to be. Sort of combination method for my pricing. So what that looks like is I combine hourly pricing as well as size and, color versus black and gray. So we'll talk about price. Go over what your actual tattoo is going to be of. So I hope that you looked through my work on Instagram. Did you do that? Okay. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, I do a lot more like traditional tattoos. I love the bold lines. I do mostly black work too. But I do really anything. I do really anything that comes in with, with exception, obviously, but I do try various styles out. So I just want to make sure that you've looked at my art. It's really important that you research your artist and look through their work. So I'm really glad you did that with me. And so with that being said, hopefully you can trust that I can design something for you with your ideas that you come to me with that you're gonna like, and that you won't need to sort of micromanage the process. If you have a specific design, that's also okay. You can just give me the design as long as it's not copied from another artist specifically. You can show me something, some ideas you like, maybe from Pinterest or friends or something like that, and we can work together to make something unique. Or if you design something yourself, or you have a specific image that you want me to do, does that make sense? Yeah, so that's what we're gonna go over when we talk about your what tattoo you want. And then the next thing we need to talk about is placement. So placement plays a big role in the tattoo. You can get one design that could be really cool, but it wouldn't be so cool like in the wrong place, if that makes sense. So really it depends on the size and the shape of the tattoo. We want it to kind of flow with your body, with the like lines of your body. We don't want to put something like a big square in the middle of I don't know. Really, I'll do whatever you want, but if you kind of are like, I want your opinion on this, what's gonna look the best, we're gonna talk about placement with that sort of thing. Another thing with placement is if you think you're gonna be getting a lot more tattoos in the future, we don't want to place it on your like prime real estate. So I don't want to put a small tattoo like in the middle of your arm. I don't know if you are planning on getting like a tattoo sleeve later. So that's another thing we're gonna want to consider and talk about in this consultation. So, what else is there? We're gonna talk about pricing, the actual tattoo, and placement, as well as your appointment time when it's gonna work. So I'm gonna need a little bit of time to, plan it out, design it, and make sure I've ruined my schedule. So that is something we're gonna want to talk about. So, and then I'll just discuss, what I want you to do ahead of time to make sure everything goes smoothly and we both have an awesome experience. Okay, so anything specific in mind? Okay. Okay, that's an interesting idea. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm hearing what you're saying. Let me just repeat this back to you. So there's a YouTuber that makes, you called it ASMR content, and you really want to get something to commemorate them. Okay. Oh, and you have an idea. Okay. Okay, so something like this. Yeah. Now, while I think this is really great, are you dead set on this being the tattoo? Because, I can kind of design something that's not just block lettering and maybe something more abstract. So if you ever end up, not liking this AMSR, is that what it is? ASMR YouTuber in the future, then you have more of an abstract tattoo instead of just a direct name, Like, what if this YouTuber ends up being a very terrible person in the future? You find out they, I don't know, make awful videos or something like that. Well, you might not want their name necessarily tattooed on you. And so what I'm thinking is maybe if you could get some screen caps of videos you like. You can send me some of the videos you like, some of the imagery from their channel. I can design something more abstract, such as, I don't know, like their profile picture. We can abstract the design so that it could be something else. But for you, wow, you like that YouTuber, it reminds you of them. Does that make sense? No, okay, so you're saying you're dead set on this one? Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm willing to do that. It's your body. It's gonna be on your body forever. And so, yeah, perfect. So I will get, it's ASMR, right? ASMR is gonna be tattooed on you. So then, let's talk about sizing, placement, whatever. So where were you thinking this would be? Okay. Yeah, okay, well, those are some pretty interesting spots you chose. I definitely didn't imagine you were thinking forehead or chest, but, yeah, so I'm just gonna say, is this your first tattoo? Okay, well, yeah, for one of your first tattoos, it's gonna be pretty hard to sit with a forehead tattoo, you know? I generally don't do that as a first tattoo. So maybe let's go ahead and make this a chest tattoo. Does that sound good? Okay. And so for sizing, I would say I would do two things for you. We could do a collarbone tattoo, so we're gonna make it pretty small. Not too small. Too small is gonna kind of smudge and fade with time in a not nice way. Especially with letters, they become illegible over time. So what we're gonna want to do is make it, this big, kind of across the collarbone area, lining that. So then the other thing we could do is, if you want it big across the chest, centered. So I guess if we did the collarbone, it would be roughly this size, right here on the collarbone, like that. Otherwise we would blow it up, make it big. We could even add some designs to it, some little flowers or whatever around it if we're doing the big one. Okay. So you want the big chest one? You know what? Go bold. I love it. Yeah, that's perfect. I haven't gotten a lot of chest tattoos recently, so I'm all for it. It's gonna be good to have it big, with the bold lines. I like how you have it outlined in black. is that I'm not gonna need a lot of time to design it. Obviously, I'm gonna need to make a stencil for it, make a few modifications, but I don't need a lot of time to sit in the creative process designing you an abstract tattoo. So as for appointment timing, and let me just get my book here, my little agenda notebook. I have next week, a week from today, at 3 p.m. open. Does that work? Okay, how about the day after then? Perfect. Okay, and let's just write that in. ASM Ray chest tattoo. Okay, next. Perfect. Okay, so a couple more things I have to mention. The pricing. So what's your budget? What were you expecting? Okay, perfect. That's about right. Yeah, so obviously it might vary depending when I get there, if it takes way longer than I expected. But we're gonna keep it in the range of about $200 to $300. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so $200 to $300 is what we're looking at. So, then two things on top of that. You're gonna need to leave a $50 deposit today, and you can just Venmo me that. Yeah, that is my Venmo right there. Okay, and that just to hold your appointment, to make sure you're gonna show up, that you're gonna show up on time, and that you're not just gonna, take my ideas and run with them to another tattoo shop. So, the $50 deposit will secure your spot, and then I don't know if it's obvious, but we don't accept credit cards. Some shops do. We're just a small shop, so we take cash. So make sure to bring the maximum amount. So I would recommend bringing about $400 of cash on the day. But if you're uncomfortable with that, just make sure that your Venmo and bank limits are high enough so that, or your Cash App, PayPal, we accept those too. Sorry, you did the Venmo. Make sure whatever you're gonna pay with, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, your limit is high enough and your credit card is high enough that you're not gonna get charged for fraud, especially if you're coming from out of town. So, that is pricing. So does that pricing sound reasonable? Do we want to secure the appointment? Awesome. Okay. Okay, and then the last thing is that I want to let you know before the appointment, this is going to be about a 4-hour tattoo. So, maybe 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, I'd say. You're going to want to bring a snack, something to drink, some water, come sober, showered, and with the money, and you should be good. Bring some form of entertainment if you're not going to want to stare at a wall or listen to me ramble for 3 to 4 hours. Bring downloaded music, downloaded movies if you want, something where you can just put your earbuds in while I'm doing the tattoo. And then that should be it. Do you have any questions for me? Yes, you can bring one person, no kids. Yeah, we make exceptions for people who who have no way of getting childcare or something, but, no kids, and one person, not a whole bunch of friends. Yeah. Okay, so it was so great meeting you, and I'm really stoked to do your tattoo. samurai videos.